belief. And the reason I say that is because on April 11th, 2019, in my room, in my notebook, I wrote down that I would do a commencement speech for a high school or a college. And here we are a year later, and I'm doing just that because I believed in that. That's a real thing. So I wanted to share that to start off and give you your congratulations for being here, and also give you your roses while you can still smell them, because you have earned it. Y'all have worked hard, man. You've earned this moment. We are all here to celebrate you. You have built the mental strength required to live whatever life tries to hold you down. You built it right here at Pleasantville High School. I mean, think about it. Y'all have been through tragedy, trauma, a global pandemic, and a racial pandemic, while also being teenagers in high school and dealing with the complications of that. If that's not worthy of an applause and celebration, I don't know what is. And as you go on this new journey, I have no worries whatsoever about you, because I know that you have built that strength. I'm looking out in this field now, man, and I'm loving it, because all I see are young, strong, resilient adults. And before the world tries to tell you who you are, because they're going to try, I just want to intervene and let you know what I see. I see change agents. I see world changes. I see myself in each and every one of you as I look out on this field. In 2008, I graduated from Pleasantville High School, and I sat on that same field. It wasn't turf though, but it was grass. I sat on that same field and I graduated, and I was a first generation high school graduate because my parents had to drop out because they had me. This was a big deal for me and my family, so much so that my grandfather, who I call my papa, he was gonna drive me down to Lemoyne Owen College in Memphis, Tennessee, from New Jersey. He was gonna drive me in his Astro van. He didn't have past a third grade education. He was so proud. He was telling everybody in our neighborhood that I graduated high school and that I had a college scholarship. He was gonna drive me down there, and unfortunately, a few weeks prior to us going down there, he passed away. He had a gangrene infection that was eating away his intestines. So he passed away right before I was supposed to go. I ended up still making that trip down to Memphis for school, but I would drop out after the first semester due to severe anxiety and depression. I came home. During that time of me being home, I lost two very close friends, one to prison and one to drugs. I then bounced around between four more colleges after that, while suffering from mental health issues, facing a career-ending injury, all of these different things, while also battling racism while I was down there. Just being in Memphis, nothing had changed. But my resiliency has allowed me to persevere. That same resiliency that each and every one of you have is going to allow you to persevere. And with that perseverance, I found peace and freedom in God. I published 2 books with a third one on the way. And I graduated with my associate's degree and my bachelor's degree, which not only made me a high school graduate, but now I was a first generation college graduate as well. That's breaking generational curses right there. And then you ask me, hey Nate, why are you sharing all of this? Why is this important? I share all of this because life is a marathon and not a sprint. I know that's a cliche, but this is a marathon, y'all. This is just the beginning. In the words of the late, great Nipsey Hussle, the marathon continues. And it's time for all of you to run your race. And as we send you off on this journey, I want to break down this common misconception, right? This misconception of making it out. Y'all all have heard that, right? Making it, you probably said it yourself. I'm just trying to make it out the bill, right? I'm guilty of it too. I said the same thing when I was in high school. But there's a common misconception with that. See, the misconception is that you should make it out, leave, and never come back, except occasionally to visit family and friends. But from my experience, what making it out actually means is to leave, absolutely. Explore, gather resources, build relationships, and all of those different things. Come back and be a resource for your family and your community. You're not just graduating from high school, you're graduating into world changers. This is time for you to be resources and bridge builders for this community, for this school, for your family. That's how we grow together. Your success is tied to the success of so many other people. This is bigger than just you. So many other people, and it'd be a shame if someone missed their blessing because you weren't obedient to your calling. It'd be a shame. So be obedient to your calling. You don't have the option. You have no option of being average or good enough. Not coming from this school. You don't have the option. Whatever you think excellence is, you gotta go far beyond that. Far beyond excellence. Because the reality is, the chips are stacked against you. It's not all sweet and roses. The chips are stacked against you. And the system is not set up for you to win. And that's the reality. But I have confidence in you. I have so much confidence in you that you're gonna win. Because you were built for it right here at Pleasantville High School. You were built for what's ahead. And I want to share a quote. I love this quote, and I live by this quote. And the quote says, "You have to be tough to be blessed." I'm going to say that again. You have to be tough to be blessed. If your path is more difficult, it's because your calling is higher. Y'all been through a lot, and your path is extremely difficult. But that's because each and every one of you have a high calling in life. Your existence is an answer to a problem. You may not want to believe that. You may just want to cruise on, graduate, do your thing. Nah, you're here to solve a problem. You matter. Your voice matters. What you do matters. And this right here, this graduation, this isn't the end. This is just the very beginning for you. This is just the beginning, and things will never be the same. I mean, look at the graduation right now. This isn't normal. Things will never be the same, and you shouldn't want them to be the same. You should want them to be better than they were. Prior to this pandemic, we lived in what we believe to be normal, quote unquote normal. And so many people want to get back to normal. However, I believe that we can create a new, much better normal with all of you. With all of you. We can create a new, much better normal that serves all of us. It's time for us to change what we normalize, because what was normal before wasn't good enough for us. So before I leave you, I want to give you 3 takeaways. And this might be against protocol, because I know you got to put the phones away and stuff like that. So I was going to have you pull out your phones and take this note, but I just really want you to pay attention to it. If you didn't hear anything else I said, I'm cool. But pay attention to these 3 takeaways right here. And honestly, parents, friends, family, y'all pay attention too to these 3 takeaways, because it's going to bless you. And I wish somebody told me this growing up. 3 takeaways. Listen up. First one. Excellence is the standard. Go beyond that. Number 2, you only fail if you stop trying. You can't fail if you never quit. And number 3, don't give up on your dreams, because someone is waiting on what you are building. And that's for you graduates, and that's for everybody under the sound of my voice. It doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. Do not give up on your dreams, because someone is waiting on what you are building. And in conclusion, to the class of 2020, I thank you, as your resiliency has been inspiring and your perseverance encouraging. As we celebrate you today, take some time to celebrate yourself. Y'all deserve this. You've earned this. Also remember that you are not alone in your unspoken feelings. Y'all have been through more than any other graduating class in the history of Pleasantville High School. In just this year alone, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be confused. It's okay to be all of these emotions. Just don't live in them. Don't bask in that moment. Instead, share your story. That's where the healing is at. That's where the grace is at. That's where the growth is at. In your story. Share it. Your story is about you, but it's not for you. I'm going to say that again and catch it. Your story is about you, but it's not for you. It's for someone else who truly needs it. I had a young gentleman who read my first book that I ever put out. It said the book saved his life. He was about to commit suicide. Saved his life. My story is about me, but it's not for me. So I just say congratulations again. I love each and every one of you. You look beautiful. I'm glad that I can face you today because I did it to my back yesterday. And I just want to say, be blessed and remain resilient. Thank you.